Hello, welcome to another EZLynx Live. I'm your host, Ryan Bukema. On today's show, today we're going to be looking at some of the updates that we've made to Sales Center, our CRM tool. We spent the past year doing a lot of refreshing work on the UI and also some of the functionality to make this product more impactful at your agency. You know, if you're still using like a CSV or a spreadsheet to track your sales and you have access to Sales Center, then this is the show for you. Today we're going to show you guys how to utilize Sales Center and integrate it into your agency. So let's jump into the system and let's take a look at Sales Center. All right, for those of you who have been, like I said, using an Excel file to track your sales, there is a much easier way to do this. A much easier way to do this if you're a producer. A much easier way to be able to manage your team if you're a manager and see what's going on. So let's take a look at Sales Center. This is an integrated solution into the EZLynx platform. So it integrates with Automation Center. It integrates with the Rater, right? So let's look at a couple things real quick. We're not going to dive very, very deep, but I do want to highlight some great things because if you haven't had a chance to go in here and look at this, this is powerful for you guys. So the Access Sales Center, we just come over here, a little briefcase icon, right? We're all out trying to make some sales. So a couple of things to look at real quick in this slide out menu. Number one, opportunities. That's going to be your pipeline funnel up there, right? This is where all your opportunities are going to be. Next one is going to be prospecting. We'll look at this here in a bit, but prospecting is managing your leads and then at the same time mining your existing data, right? You have a relationship with some of your insureds, some of your customers. What if there were different sales opportunities that were there? Well, we present some of those to you in this area. We'll look at that in a minute. Reporting, you can once again run your own Sales Center reports, get some dashboard information, some information about how sales are going for your staff, but let's go down to settings real quick. The settings here are pretty simple, right? You can set up if you want automation to fire off. You can set off if you want a new opportunity to be created during quoting. So if you're running something through the Rater. Also, and this is really, really neat, if you were to run a quote in the system and then you were to upload a policy, it will automatically move the opportunity to 1 because the policy that's associated to that opportunity for that customer is in the system. You're good to go. So this is some really, really neat stuff right here. The quoting one, go back just one thing. We have the ability to, if you have an opportunity that's associated to home or auto, when you run your rate in the EZLynx Rater, we're going to take those quote results and we're going to attach them into the opportunity, right? And then we'll update the status of that opportunity to quoted to let you know, oh, there you go. It's been quoted for you. There are some really cool settings. You just toggle these on or off, very simple. So you guys, agency principals, your admins, you would just talk through what do we want to do at our agency? How do we want to have that handled, okay? And then of course you have up here producer notifications. How do you want your producers to be notified? Here in our demo account, we've not set this up. We're getting ready for our big conference coming up and how we want to have all these configured, but you can set email, you can have a text message. If I want the little pop-up notification to go here, I can choose to do that. All those different settings are at your fingertips. You can choose how to handle them. So let's head back over to the menu real quick and let's go up to opportunities. So this is the new and improved Sales Center opportunity page if you have not seen it. It is really, really easy to manage. So if I wanted to, say, take an opportunity and move it over to the contact state, I just drag and drop it over there. The opportunity is moved over. Gone are the days of having to go into the opportunity and change the state and all those different things. It's very simple. I drag, I drop it, it's good to go. We've also kind of changed a little bit of the buckets. We've got new, we've got you've been contacted, you've now quoted them, it's been reviewed, and then of course, if I want to see what ones have been won, I can do that. If I want to see if I had any ones that didn't really make the cut, I wasn't able to get the business in. If I next X dated some, how are those going to show? I can pull all those right here. One thing that I love about this view, right, is this is customizable. So let's say, for example, we've got a lot of good information on these cards, but let's say you're not interested in seeing, I don't know, last updated. A lot of these, to me, as somebody who used to be in sales, are pretty important. So I don't know why I'd want to hide any of these. Maybe we hide the note. We don't want to see the note there. We want to make these things a little bit thinner. We want to leave the next X day, but if we have everything filtered to us, we don't need producer listed there. Maybe we don't need a source. We're not interested in that, right? So I can whittle away these cards down to just having the pertinent information there for myself if I want, right? And then that's what's going to show up. So when I log back in, it's saving my filters for me, right? There's a really cool thing to do here if we go into our filters. Yep, right here. I love this because, if I'm a producer, I can choose to, just allow individuals to see their own opportunities when they come in here from a producer standpoint. So as a producer, I come in here, here are my opportunities, this is what I'm working, right? The beautiful thing about this, though, is that if you're a sales manager, you can get a holistic view. You can see what everybody is doing. So I can remove this. I can have it just selected to everybody, and now I can see every single person. Maybe if I wanted to have a conversation, though, with one of my team members, like, so for example, if I was going to be meeting with Janie, who happens to be on our team, and I wanted to have a conversation with her about her pipeline funnel and how things are going, how are we progressing towards month's end, what money do we have in the hopper, I could filter this down. I could schedule that meeting with her in the office, and we could both have a look at this and see, let's see where you're going. Right? Let's see how things are. Are there things that are stale? How long have things been sitting here since they were last touched? Those are really, really neat things that you're able to do here in the new Sales Center. Now, for those individuals who liked the table view, right, and we call it the table view right there where the cursor is. If you liked that view, you can go right back to it. It's easy. You just select it, and this brings up the table view. You're still able to see notes. This right here, if I wanted to initiate a workflow, like a manual workflow, or see if there's other workflows, automation tied to this customer's account, I can click that. I can see that there's one already in process. If I wanted to start another workflow, like a manual workflow that I've created, I can do that here and go ahead and start the workflow, right? So there's an easy way to be able to start automation that you've built in at your agency right here from Sales Center. Without having to leave, without having to go out, it's tied right to that customer account. And what I love about this is you did have the ability in the past to start your manual workflows just by coming up here. The problem was you actually had to search for the customer. We've made it a lot easier in Sales Center because you just come over here, click it, and it's already set up to them, right? So it's already there. I already know I want to start this automation. I want to start that one. I don't have to go and hunt for that person. I can just find them. They're right there, right? If I go back to the card view, I'm still filtered to Janie. I'm still seeing what Janie is working with. So what I love about this is it's easier to navigate. It's easier to move things around, drag, drop. You can move your sales. It updates, it moves the cards right over for you. So I encourage everybody, if you hadn't had a chance to get into Sales Center, please definitely get into it. Definitely get a feel for it. Next thing I want to talk about is something that I would encourage individuals, especially if this is going to be your first venture into Sales Center. So your agency has been using a CSV for a while. You've been tracking things in an Excel sheet, and I've seen some of them with the different color combinations that we have on there. But if this is your first time getting in the system, or even if you've been there for a while, we encourage feedback. We'd love to hear feedback. And if you want to give us feedback on how you feel Sales Center's doing, just click this option right here. This feedback goes directly to the product team. We're going to be able to review it, see what you think. I encourage people to do that. Please click the feedback. The more feedback you give, the easier it is for us to be able to provide you guys with the solutions that make you guys even more efficient at your agency, at your office. Next thing I want to do, if we go right to the left, is set up automation. So previously, one of the things that we noticed was in the old Sales Center, if I wanted to build automation, I had to go into Automation Center, and I didn't really know where to click to find the right workflows. We've made that a lot easier for you guys. We've made it a lot more intuitive. All you have to do is click Set Up Automation. This is going to direct you over to Sales Center, okay? I mean Automation Center rather, and it's going to filter it right here to Sales Pipeline. And then this is going to be every single pertinent, whether it's a template or an individual trigger where you can create a workflow from scratch. All of them will be filtered there in that view for you. Right? So that's wonderful. If you were wanting to figure out a way to build sales automation, right, that will tie into Sales Center, that's the way to do it. Simply in Sales Center, click Set Up Automation. It directs you to Automation Center, and you're able to build off of some of our templates or create something from scratch. Now you might ask, what's the difference here between recommended templates and select a trigger to start from scratch? We do a lot of user research. We talk with a lot of agencies. We see a lot of data in the system. And we've compiled that data to try to figure out, well, what are some of the most common automated workflows that people do? What have we seen people build the most, right? And we've built those into templates. So I can come into this template and it's already pre-selected with different things for me, like sending an email. There's already actions built into it. And then all I have to do is just hit enable and save, and you're off to the races and running, right? This is an amazing tool for those of you who have not really ventured into automation just yet and you've been thinking about it. This helps. We've done some of the work for you in identifying what the workflow could be. Now, there's nothing against if you want to go in here and add an additional task or may have it send a text message, you can do that. I mean, you can 100% do that. Anything that you add in here or change will basically be saved to your version of this. The template that we still had, so if we go back and we leave out of here, the template that we still had is still here. So any changes that you make will not alter this template. This template will always remain. So feel free to go in, alter some stuff around. It may be that your agency is doing something a little bit different from another agency, and that's fine. We're all unique. We all do different things. We all have different processes. This allows you to be able to customize this template to what works best at your agency for your SOP, right? So I encourage you guys, take a look at this. But really, the neat thing about Sales Center is this ability to have a fresh, clean, really easy to interpret view of a sales pipeline. I can see my funnels. If I'm a sales manager, I can filter this down and I can have good conversations with folks about how are we doing for the month. Next thing, if we go over real quick, I want to go over to agency insights. Yep, if we go up to prospecting. So think of prospecting as kind of your first line of defense, right? Maybe you have a lead gen team, or maybe you're working your own leads. The idea of prospecting is to give you the ability to add in a lead list. So if you wanted to upload your CSV, you could. We have a template that we'd like you to use to map things to, but we have one for commercial, we have one for personal lines. So you would select that, you would create your template, and it would upload the lead list like you see here. Now you may ask yourself, well, why are we doing that? Why are we uploading a lead list here versus just put these people into EZLynx? Well, not everybody on your lead lists turns into being a warm lead, right? There may be a bad phone number. You may reach out and they may say that this person, whoever you're calling, doesn't live here anymore. That you got the wrong information. The goal here is for you to qualify your prospects here. And once you've qualified somebody, once you've found somebody that you actually want to be able to work with, right? That's when you create the opportunity. That's when you push them into Sales Center if you'd like, right? So you can set your lead sources. You select, where they came from. If you want this to go to a specific producer, so we're going to give it back to Janie. I can set right here, I already have the line of business defaulted, right? And that came over in the CSV. I can determine what the line of business is and it'll default for me here. If the carrier, if I knew who that was in that lead list, I can type that out and it'll map here, right? If there is an X date as well as when do I have to have this thing sold by, you could do that here as well, right? And when you create that opportunity, what that's going to do, right, is it's going to remove that person from the list because they're qualified. You got them into the system. And if we were to go into actual EZLynx, like let's go back into Sales Center. I want to see it. This is great. There's the lead right there, right off the top, right off the bat. Boom. We got our lead. It's right there. It's already into Sales Center. So I would encourage you guys, this is a great approach that we have. Qualified leads here, then push the information in the system. That way you're not bogging down your management system with a bunch of leads that may not even be valuable. They're not good leads, right? Next thing I want to draw y'all's attention to is Agency Insights. This is a very, 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 very powerful tool. The question I have for everybody is how valuable is your data. Would you like the ability to mine your own customer data and get your own customer insights? That's what this area does. The system will surface insights for your team to work. And we've recently expanded this. We've added additional things, right? So previously we had insights that were associated with personal lines. We've expanded that now to include commercial insights. So we now have support for commercial auto, commercial cross-sell, commercial property cross-sell rather, and then commercial umbrella. These are additional insights that'll pop up in the system, right? So now we have them for both personal lines and we have commercial lines insights. What's great here is it's giving you the ability. So like, for example, this personal umbrella, I know that July 3rd, coming up after today, this is going to go away. So maybe I want to try to work that real quick because the X date is coming up when I have to sell that new thing by. This would be when the current policy terms in our system, both auto and home, are going to be expiring, right? Or when the renewal takes effect. So the idea here is, all right, if I can maybe get them an umbrella because they have auto and home with me, perfect. Let me try to do that. Now, we have not done any of the research ahead of time. We've not run the numbers for you to see do they even qualify for an umbrella. All we're doing is saying for you, hey, this customer's account, Freddie here, has both an auto and a home policy. They expire, or the renewal date is on the 26th. Do you maybe want to ask them about umbrella insurance? It helps you get the conversation going, right? Same thing here for recapture lost policy. Maybe you lost some business because somebody went with another agency. They went somewhere else. What this allows you to do is let you know that, okay, on August 29th, if I had retained and kept that policy, that's when it would be renewing. Maybe I should reach out to this customer here and I should see, is the grass really greener on the other side? Maybe they're not having a great relationship with the other agency that they moved to or the different carrier who's taking care of them, right? This is a great opportunity for you to go back in and recapture that business. So very, very powerful area. Once again, this is all part of our Sales Center, our CRM solution. So we have it here complete for you guys. We've got the ability to mine your own data and find extra sales opportunities or recapture ones that have been lost. Right? We have the ability for you to track opportunities in a very easy to understand and interpret pipeline in that nice view that we've done. You can do actual reporting if you want, and we actually have automation that can be easily turned on and added into Sales Center for you guys to make sure that you're efficient. So some amazing things. I highly encourage everybody, those of you who have thought about maybe starting to get into this feature if you already have it, but you haven't really gone in, go ahead. Today's the day. Jump in, start using it. This is an amazing, amazing tool for everybody, especially since it's integrated into EZLynx. Well, there you have it. Sales Center is an amazing tool that really helps your agency manage its sales pipeline. It's integrated into EZLynx, so that makes it easy for you to be able to notate your opportunities in the system and gather data on them. And with automation, it makes it really easy for you to be able to maintain an efficient sales process as well as keep contact with your prospects as you're getting through your sales pipeline. So a lot of really cool things that our integrated solution at EZLynx, our CRM, can provide you guys. So if you're using those spreadsheets and CSVs and you have access to Sales Center, get off of them. Get into Sales Center. It's an amazing tool. And maybe if you'd used it in the past, got off of it, and you want to be able to experience the brand new features that we put into it in the new UI, now's the time to jump in. So please jump in, have fun with Sales Center. It's really going to help your agency be more efficient and really be able to take care of your sales pipeline for you. The one thing I do want to mention before we go is that the entire EZLynx product team will be at AppliedNet 2024. That's being held at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee. It's September 9th through the 12th. So if you'd like to attend, be sure to register. We do have some special pricing available. So when you're going to check out, make sure you enter in the code capital E, capital Z, and then 24. So that's EZ24. Make sure you put that in and you'll get special pricing as an EZLynx attendee. Other than that, that's all the time we have for the show. I hope this provided you guys with some great information about Sales Center and you get in to start using this CRM to manage your sales pipeline. Other than that, we'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.